All right, y'all. So, as you know, I always generally get too caught up in the track days, and I don't actually end up filming like really anything. I don't even eat generally during track weekends until it's nighttime, and the adrenaline's worn off, and my body's finally tired and feeling it. But overall, the weekend, The weekend went all right. However, I do have some bad news to present to you. But the blip module, it took a little bit to get used to because it changes all the breaking points and all this and that and blah, blah, blah. So the first session was just, I feel like it was a mess. And obviously I'll post some video of that. But I was just all over the place and trying to learn how to coordinate, pushing the brake while clutching and shifting. I don't know. The coordination for it's not any different than normal shifting, but it felt different just because it was down the gears instead of up, and because of without the blip module, I didn't roll or row down the gears at all. I more just pressed on the brakes, waited till I hit a speed of the speed that I needed for the turn, knowing what gear I needed to be in, and then shifting into that gear. So being able to roll through the gears was much different. Not only that, but like I said, the braking points were different too, because now not only were the brakes working because the axle nut was tight, and so the caliper wasn't trying to grab the rotor and squeeze it and whatnot. So the brakes were like phenomenal, but now I also have the engine braking on with it, which was tremendous. I can't even describe it. You'll probably see it in video, but yeah, the blip module just changed the game for me, and it is amazing. I can't thank Xeneering enough. Been talking to the owner and whatnot, and the dude is amazing. So yeah, personal excellence is the ultimate rebellion. If you don't know already, Andy Frisella. But no, I accidentally a mishap. The second session was a lot smoother. Unfortunately, we also had a drill, so it was cut short. What I will say though, unfortunately, the the cooling issue only lasted. The cooling issue was only resolved for the first session because it was actually super cold when we went out there, so it took a couple warm-up laps as well. But the second session was all right. Third session, I had a passenger with me, which you'll see in the video. But funny enough, I didn't know it until right before I was asked, "Hey, are you still taking passengers?" And conveniently, this kid, it was his birthday, and they surprised him instead of going to the gun range, which would have been fun as well, with a trip to VIR. And since I was parked right next to him, they decided to ask me if I would take him out for a ride. Of course, I'm not going to deny anybody a ride, at least not when I'm in a good mood and whatnot. So took him out and was doing well. Got hung up by a Corvette for a little bit, so I had some dirty air going on and whatnot. But ultimately, the kid said he had fun. I was just bummed because the car actually turned itself off. There was no Christmas tree light event because the engine didn't blow up. What happened was this. So I've already replaced the upper radiator hose. Unfortunately, that's not the solution. Also, I'm upgrading that to silicone. But ultimately, the fix to this is going to be a head gasket. Spoiler alert. But yeah, so that happened. I thought, because it was like this, so obviously the hole is right where the power steering pump and alternator pulley is with with its belt, obviously. I was like, I wonder if those kissed. But no, ultimately it happened to be pressure within the hose gave out, and then I also pushed the head gasket out. It looks like it's still clamped. It was just the water wasn't coming out in drop or in a stream. It was coming out in drops, so that's good. There's also no milkshake in the oil pan, so thankful for that. But I continuously last couple of videos and been struggling with the past couple of months. So the test that I did, if you saw my Instagram, I did the leak test with the siphon squeeze thing that sucks air to see if there's any exhaust leak inside the heads. or inside the cooling system. There was nothing of that, so it pointed to something good. And then I would fill the radiator and it would act normal, but it was under high boost for an extended period of time, obviously track conditions, which I can't simulate out on the street legally anyway. So I couldn't, get that out. But yeah, the coolant hose ruptured, and then I'm guessing there's a little small piece. We'll see when I actually pull the engine out. But after 5 years, complain. I have no room to complain. This thing has done more than what I've asked it to do, because I didn't intend for asking it to do what it's doing anyway. But yeah, so engine's gonna have to come out, and I'm going to be replacing quite a bit of stuff. Head gaskets, obviously. I'll take a look at the clutch. Funny thing is, I actually did not use flat foot shifting. I thought I was going to experiment with that, but I saw absolutely no reason to do flat foot shifting. It's going fast enough, and I actually think I reached an all new personal record, because when I looked at the speedometer, was more than pegged. It was beyond the 140 by quite a lot, and I don't think I've ever done that, even though I have reached 155 before. But I reached some crazy speed that maybe I haven't reviewed the video to see what all I did, but it was pretty amazing to see the speedometer peg like that. But I wanted to get video out here just so you guys are all aware I am out here. Those are some track drivers out there. So there's another Subi spotted, and I also spotted a Subi with breast cancer awareness, which is pretty dope. I got a couple of pictures with him, which I'll share somewhere in this video, probably like right now. But I just wanted to share this. It's not all sunshine and rainbows, and I'm actually handling this a lot better than I thought I would. I probably should have taken the advice that I was given on some Instagram posts and just done the head gaskets, but I let my pride and all that get to me, and I really wanted to make it to a track event. I guess, the signs were pointing. I had two of them, and I ignored the third. I don't know what the third was, but I ignored the sign of Hurricane Helene holding us back from VIR and swamping us out. And then, alright, sorry about that. Got interrupted there by a friend looking for a Hans device. But yeah. So Hurricane Helene came through and wiped out, but that was when I was dealing with the ethanol kits module. So got that swapped out, and then the second one was going to Dominion, but was held back by Dominion through the discovery of the axle nut, and so I had to get that fixed. So I was held back from Dominion for that, but I thought all problems were solved. The cooling system looked good, so I thought I was in the clear, and I came out here with no issues, except for the issue of I was well into the 200s in water temp on the first session of Saturday, which should have given me a sign considering how cold it was out there. But I ignored it, kept going, had fun. Engine held until the end of the third session. Thankfully, it was the end of the third session. No Christmas lights, so the engine's not blowing. It still cranks too. Like I said, there's no milkshake in the oil. Water was coming out clear last night when I was putting the new fresh water in. It took 2 gallons and then dripped all of it out. I have no compression, so can't start, but it cranks, so it's not locked up. So yeah, it'll come out. I just have a lot of decisions to make. I've been wanting to do a twin disc clutch for this, just to lessen some pressure. Or so. I've never driven one, so if anybody has some insight on that, but I've never driven a twin clutch, so I assume it relieves some pressure, because right now I literally, it feels like I'm leg pressing when I push in the clutch. But it's going to be a winter project, so head gaskets, I'm going to do the exhaust gaskets. It doesn't seem like there's at least here at VIR, there doesn't seem to be a decibel limit, so I might just put on the Gymkhana exhaust when I come here, just to have some fun with that. I may rebuild the turbo. The header I'm going to get ceramic coated by Jet Hot. The radiator, I think I'm going to get some new fans for that, get some higher CFM. I think these are still good, but I feel like there's no downside to actually upgrading those. So I'll get that, and I'll discuss with the shop on whether or not I should go with brushless or not, and we'll go from there. But yeah, that's really all. Unfortunately, the track weekend didn't go as I had planned, but I'll have some video for you, and hope you enjoy. This blip module, game changer, as well as this seat, like the new fixed back seat. Sorry, but this fixed back seat, if you don't have one and you're get one. It is a game changer. Not only does the harness fit better, but I was not moving like at all. It hugged me just the way I needed to. The NRG was a great seat. I can't knock them. I just bought one that was too big, and I just moved around a lot, and it caused a lot of problems for shifting and whatnot. So yeah, y'all, enjoy the video of some track run or some track time, and until next time, when I'll probably be pulling the engine, stay driven.